HeavyPaint. More of a niche art app in the circles I run in, but I'm always up to finding new programs. In fact, they are quite prolific as there are 2 different HeavyPaint versions available on the App Store. Today, I'll be looking through the one known as the Classic version. As we can see, the user interface starts you off straight into a blank canvas. The actual brushes, sizing, colors are all arranged in an adjustable box at the top. You can move this box around. Layers, settings, and redo button, as well as the save button, are all in the left-hand corner. Secondly, I'd like to point out that when you download the app, if you look in the lower right corner, you'll see that your trial just automatically begins for you. That's because they don't make you pay for it until after the time's up. So I still have 25 days left, but eventually there is a paywall. I did find HeavyPaint to be more limited in other matters, like adjusting layers with masks or the transforming button used on this base sketch. I can't twist it or tilt it like I can in Procreate, but I understand that some of that aligns with the purpose they had in mind for this app, which is a heavier focus on the moments of creativity rather than creating technically perfect or controlled art. The bane of my needy existence, basically. Like, what do you mean I don't get to control every single detail and make sure every line is perfect? I guess you can't hear, but the looks aren't everything. You see, you might be thinking that HeavyPaint is a simple, silly little app. I don't know if you can tell, but I was having issues with the color grab button. Yeah, it kind of speaks for itself, but back to the topic. The simple UI, user interface, or whatever you want to call it, the simple outlook doesn't even begin to show you the depths of the tools here. If you hit that little plus button, you can see there's so many different brushes, and it's pretty in-depth. It actually has cooler brushes than some of the things on Procreate even. I mean, like the fan brushes, those are so fun. I mean, I don't know, they just work differently. There's like 50 extra brushes and tools in that little plus button, and each of these brushes can be heavily altered. I'd say the defining feature that HeavyPaint has is its easy access color jitter. To those unaware of the term, color jitter is a feature that comes in most digital art programs that either shift the selected main color slightly with each brushstroke or give it a shifted color pattern within a single stroke. So, say I pick the color green and have the color jitter bar shifted on a little bit. I might find some blue tone or yellow tones within each of the strokes I make. It gives so much detail in what might have been an originally simple design. Most of the time, color jitter stays in tricky brush settings such as Procreate. HeavyPaint here makes it very available. I could have made this easier if I used separate layers, but I thrive on making things harder for myself. I'd also have to say that the tools are pretty easy to use. Some unique ones, like the fan tools, make for very fun backgrounds. I used a lot of the fan tools for the background on here. Don't dig the face, but it's an easy enough fix when you know you're just gonna throw some hair in front of it. I think maybe somewhere in the settings here, if you touch those 3 dots at the top, you should be able to change some of the settings for that box. But lo and behold, I have forgotten. And obviously I didn't get the footage for it, so maybe next time. I'm not a personal fan of this kind of color sliders, but I make do with what I have. I also don't quite recall if there was a canvas size adjuster anywhere. For me, that's somewhat important, especially if it's art I'm making for printing or posting. After all, some don't work as well for video making, such as YouTube or Instagram's general don't like any unique sizes of images imported there. Kind of sucks. They'll just cut off the rest of the image because, Don't forget, ladies and gentlemen, this can hinder DPI, which means dots per inch, or the general resolution of the image. It can make your art look crunchier and unfocused. If someone knows how to edit that in HeavyPaint, let me know because I'd like to figure it out myself. Overall, it's free, easy in a pinch if you have another favorite art app like me, and it's generally geared towards digital art that's for you rather than for a customer. I found the layout slightly challenging due to its uniqueness and the fact that there's no guide for beginners. Which is funny enough because on their web app, you do have a beginner's guide. But that's what makes it an adventure. Thanks for giving it a watch, and good luck if you happen to try it out. If you have any other art programs you'd like me to explore, let me know in the comments. And until next time, see ya!